So we just got our official gameplay walkthrough of Assassin's Creed Mirage and it has a ton to talk about, so here's everything that you might have missed. Ostriches. It's a new animal, love to see it. Other than that, first thing that we see is the new bounty system, just like in the GTA games, and from what it seems to me, it's built in 3 levels. You can see it in the bottom right corner of the screen. The first one is when they see you and they hunt you if they see you. The second one is just active hunting for you, and I don't know what the third one is. Another thing that I noticed is that the assassination button is the same as Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Here you can see the new physics for the robe and the new interactable object that helps you disable enemies who are following you, which is different from the ones that we had in Valhalla where the main point was to kill the enemies. Here it seems like the main point is just to disable them. You can see the physics for the robes in the works right now. They look great. One of the biggest problems with Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the robe physics, so it seems like they improved them really a lot here in this gameplay. And you can see after you were spotted, it moves to the second degree of the chase thing. So that means that the enemies are actively hunting you, and you can see it reflected in the top of the screen with a little red thing. It reminds me of the older games. It means that you are actually being seen. So you can see right here, he gets to the Hidden Ones Bureau and the symbol is gone. So I assume that means that there are no enemies actively after him and seeing him. And here we see some of the new characters in the game. Seems like Bassam is gonna be interacting with these two the most. Probably we're gonna have more characters, but these seem to be the main characters. And one of the biggest complaints in Valhalla was the stiff animations, and it doesn't seem like they improved much on it here, sadly, but still the designs look great. Just the animations themselves, I think they could use a lot more polish. There isn't too much to see in this cutscene, but the one main takeaway that I have from it is that I hope we don't get the new map back from Valhalla where you have to take over districts, because that would be a really big shame. I didn't like that system, it made the game repetitive, and I really hope this is not it, because you can see them move and talk about the map in the same way that in Valhalla you did. So I hope this is not the same as that. Other than that, the new base looks great. Seems like there's a lot of personality to it. Seems like it's gonna be fun to stay there, and it has a new specific guy that sells you upgrades for weapons, which we're gonna see in a bit. But for now, the assassin base looks great, and I know that for a fact that there's gonna be more than one of them. Developers already said that, so this is not gonna be the only base. I'm sure there's gonna be one big headquarters, but I'm sure we're gonna have smaller bases too. Now we gotta get to see the guy who sells you the stuff. I think that every base is gonna have this sort of guy, but here you can see the upgrades that you have, and it seems like the merchants in this game don't sell you weapons, they sell you upgrades for stuff. So I don't know how the loot system is gonna work, because you can see Basim buy upgrades for his loot, for his skills, I mean, not his loot. Next thing we see here is Basim picking up a new specific contract that he's gonna go and pursue, and it really is similar to the contracts from the Siege of Paris DLC and from the Wrath of the Druids DLC. You're gonna see it in a bit. The whole UI and the whole way you approach them is really similar to the Druids one, but it seems improved, so I'm open to the idea. You can see the open world is really big, and now you can rest on benches, which comes back from the older games. You couldn't do that in Valhalla, Odyssey, or Origins. You can see here one of the new systems that the developers talked about already. If you use your eagle while there's a marksman in the area, they're gonna shoot it down and you cannot use it. So you're gonna have to take out the marksman and then you were able to use your eagle, which really fixes one of the biggest problems that I have with the modern Assassin's Creed games, is that the eagle made the game really broken, and you can just see every enemy, mark them, and it's gonna make the game extra easy. And this marksman enemy type really proves that, and it just improves the whole gameplay design of the game in my opinion, and it will make the whole encounter system better. You can see the vibe that you get in the eagle vision is really similar to Valhalla, basically works the same way. I'm not surprised since it's based on the same engine, but here you can get NPCs to distract guards and act like you're part of the group, just like we had in older games and also in Valhalla, but it was very underutilized in Valhalla, so I'm glad that they are using it here. Now, if you look at the demand thing at the top left side of the corner, it looks exactly like the demands that you had in the Valhalla DLC. So I'm pretty sure this is just an upgrade on that system. Other than that, you can see the new skills that Basim uses here. The one is the sleep dart, just like in Origins. You can assassinate people and it distracts other people. So basically, gameplay-wise, it seems like the perfect mix between Origins and Valhalla. You can see he has 6 main skills. I'm sure that we're gonna have more throughout the game, but each one of them seems to have its specific uses. That seems like it will add more to the variety, and it will help you sneak better, which was the biggest issue in Valhalla. Also, another thing you could have seen now, the stealth assassination, the double one, is a lot faster than Valhalla. A lot of the time, if you played Valhalla, when you do the double assassination, by the time you assassinate the second person, third guard, or anyone in the area would have seen you. Here it seems faster, so no problem with that. I'm glad that they fixed it. You can see that Basim took out the marksman guy, so now he can use his bird again. And you can mark your main target, but you cannot mark any other enemies. I wanted to mention that. So it works like Valhalla, not like Origins or Odyssey, where you could mark any enemy in the area. And I'm really glad for that, because in Origins and Odyssey that kind of broke the game. Now you can see him use the ability that he has where he goes after multiple guards in one hit. A lot of people are mentioning that this has to do with his mystical Loki abilities. I'm not so sure about that. I think it's like an Animus glitch. But you can see him mark 3 specific enemies that he takes out really fast one after another without breaking stealth. It seems like a fun ability to play with. I'm sure we're gonna have upgrades for it, and I'm excited to see how it works. In the next couple of seconds we get to see a bit of the combat in the game. You can see him assassinate the target, and one thing that I noticed is that the health bars are still on top of enemy heads. So we are still in the RPG system, even though this game goes back to the origins of the series. Seems like enemies still have health, so you're probably gonna have to have a specific rank to be able to assassinate them with one hit. Which, like it or hate it, comes down to personal opinion. I don't mind it, honestly. You can see down the combat, the developers already mentioned that Basim is a lot more fragile than Eivor. You can see that if you parry in the right time, you can instantly take down an enemy, which wasn't a feature in Valhalla. But you can see the developer, I don't know if whoever is playing just doesn't want to show off the fighting, but he is ignoring the guards. And I thought that's interesting because he is not fighting even that he could. There is only 4 guards in the area. Another thing that I want to mention here is that you can see the materials that pop up on the screen are reused from Valhalla, but that's actually not an issue in my opinion. It means that more development time can go to the game itself. Here we can see Baghdad itself. Seems like it's a big city, very colorful, a lot to see. Each district has a different vibe that you can already see from this one shot. The developers said that each district is gonna feel different and play different, so I'm excited to see it in person. But for now, that's all we had in this trailer, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more coming up in the coming months and weeks. But for now, this is what we got to see in the Ubisoft showcase. We also got to see X-Defiant, other games, but I'm mainly interested in Valhalla and Mirage and just Assassin's Creed in general. So let me know what you thought about it. Did I miss anything? Do you want to talk about anything specific? Let me know what you think of the game. Does it look good? Are you interested in it? And if you're interested in all things Assassin's Creed, subscribe to the channel because kinda my thing. If you like this video, there's another one on your screen right now that I think you're gonna enjoy. And other than that, thank you for watching and have a nice day.